Take us away, Ian.
Okay, what game is this?
We are talking about the wonderful and addicting Rogue Legacy.
Oh yeah, Rogue Legacy.
So, I've been playing. I still haven't even beaten the first boss. I feel I started
Spell
out.
sword. Or
I
spell
feel like
thief.
I'm doing something wrong in this game.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts?
I played it a lot on the computer on my Mac with a PlayStation controller. So now that it's out on PlayStation and Vita, I love it. It's way better. And the cross save is great. But yeah, like starting off in the game is like, what? Like how do I get better at this? Like, because you certainly get better. Like it's like Spelunky in that it's a roguelike, and that you do have to get better at the game to progress. But in addition to that, you do also have to. It has like classic game progression where you have to like unlock like new armor and new weapons to do more difficulty and stuff. Like so like trying to go up into the Maya, like the tower above the castle, like it's going to be really hard until you've got better armor and stuff like that. So like some people like don't like that because it's not like a roguelike where it's your skill that determines. I mean, you could go up there right away if you're really good at the game and probably do okay, but like if you get hit, you're going to take way too much damage. And especially down in the world of darkness below the castle, it's like ridiculous. So like you start in the main castle area and then you go over to the forest and like the forest has more loot than the castle. The Maya has more loot than the forest, and the darkness has more loot than the Maya.
So I haven't beaten the boss of the castle yet. I've tried to fight this giant eyeball, whatever you want to call it. And I went to the forest and just got wrecked.
Yeah.
There was some crazy ponyta, flaming horse. Went in there a couple times, died. So now when I see that I enter the forest or another zone, I just immediately retreat.
Yeah. And I mean, you'll get more used to it. Like, the forest to me, like, I used to be like that when I was playing it. The forest was like, whoa, I can't be in here. But then, like, now I basically try to skip through as much of the castle and just go to the forest. And I haven't even unlocked that great of equipment yet. But it's just like, because, I mean, it is sort of a grindy game. Like, you just have to get, like, more money. And there's not a lot you can do until you can get more money to unlock the skill tree. But, like, once you get enough, like, once you get, like, the base level stuff, like, I can't remember what the class is called. I think it's called a spell sword, but it might be the spell thief. And they might have, like, added some stuff. They've definitely added stuff to the PlayStation version. Like, there's, like, we won't show this probably, but there's a trait called the One, where you're basically like Neo, but your character, if you pick that, I think your character has like a trench coat, but you go in and the world looks like it's like from Tron.
What?
Like everything is all crazy. Yeah, like they added like some crazy new like traits and stuff that's just hilarious for this version. But like
because I noticed that the PC version is $15. And now on PSN, it's $17, which is pretty pricey. I know they had the pre-order.
Yeah, the pre-order. Bonus. I got it for like, I can't remember, like 12 or something for pre-order.
But you know, I didn't buy it immediately because the $17 kind of
I mean, it's a very
stung.
It's a quality game.
It
so
is.
Like
now that I've bought it, I have no problem.
Just picture that it's supposed to be 20.
Yeah. No.
And then you're like, okay, I'm getting a deal. Because like, it's not a $10 game. It's maybe not a $20 game, but it's a $15 game, you know, and 17 is fair. And like cross save, if you have a Vita and a PS4, this is a no-brainer. Yeah. Like you can play it on your PS4 and then cross save to your Vita. You just pick it up where you were. Like every game should work this way.
That's what I want to hype up to, is how accessible it is to just pick up and play.
Yeah.
It fits any situation, whether PS4 or Vita you're on the road, because you can just hop in and play a quick round.
It fits any situation except the situation where it's like, I just want to play a game for 4 minutes and not want to just keep doing it over and over and over and over.
I have not had this level of addiction.
It's like Civ.
In quite some time.
One more turn.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, I just want to get that upgrade. And then you get it.
And you're like,
and
now
then you're like, I want to test it out. And then you're like, oh, well, now I want to get that upgrade. And I just want to test that out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or it's like, I just have to make $1,600. I have to get that so I can unlock the whoever, and then you go in and you die with 1,500, but that lets you buy something. But you're like, okay, now that I bought that, I can probably get to 1,600, and then you go in and you fail, and you're like, fine, one more time, you know. But
like the progression is
cool. It's challenging. Like you'll plateau sometimes where like right now where I'm at, like I keep dying before I can unlock the next class, you know? And it's kind of like it gets sort of frustrating, you know? But it's worth it. I mean, it's a fun game, and like there are definitely strats that can break the game. Like I think it's called the spell sword, but if you go in, there's a class where I think every time you do damage with a spell, it replenishes your MP, or every time you do damage with your sword, it replenishes your MP.
The vampirism or whatever.
Well, that too. But like this class, so if you get like the sword wall that just sits there doing damage, you just launch that at the eyeball and keep hitting him with your sword, and it's a loop, so it just dies. So like I can't remember what it's called. I think it was spell sword, but when I was playing on the PC, like that was the only class I would ever try to fight a boss with. I would just like find the boss, lock the castle, skip everything, go to the boss, kill the boss with that guy, and then just get a bunch of money. Like you get ridiculous.
So it's like mages in Dark Souls. It's OP.
It's a little OP. Well, it's OP for a boss. For that boss, I think I beat. I'm trying to remember. I think I beat the first 2 bosses when I played it on the PC, but I don't remember.
I was talking to Ben. I was like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, Ben, and he just says, Shinobi.
Yeah.
Best class.
Yeah.
So then I started using the Shinobi.
Shinobi is awesome because you basically one-hit everything in the castle. I like the Barbarian King, because you have a lot of hit points, so you can just last a long time. But you don't do as much damage, so you have to hit a little more. But like I always do the best with the Barbarian and the Shinobi. Yeah. Because Shinobi, you're just like, see ya. Yeah. You know.
And I love the references. The Foos Do Ra.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a funny game. And like it has references.
The Shinobi. The Shinobi says, "Believe it." Naruto.
Okay.
Being the
yeah,
ninja.
there's because he has the same little like Naruto thing on his forehead, and if you unlock it, how do you say it? It's like the Hokage or Hokage.
Yep.
Yeah. To the second class, like he's even better, and he's got like the better power and stuff. Like he's really cool. Yeah, I like that. I like the classes, like, or I like the traits and stuff. Like you can get some good traits, like PAD, like no foot pulse, like traps don't come out.
That's what that does.
Yeah. Well, if you go into the game and you are in the game as that person and you click pause and hit square, it'll explain in actual detail what the thing is. So like some of them are just like you can't recognize faces, and you're like, okay, and then you're playing through the game and you're like, this has no effect on my game. But then you die and all three of the characters are just question marks. So you're like, okay, you have to pick blind. So you're like, that's what that does. But if you pause it, it'll tell you what it does.
The best, my character played everything upside down.
Yeah.
And
Vertigo.
he was blind.
Yeah.
There was no hope.
Yeah. Some of them I'm just like, I won't even do. Like, the Vertigo one I won't do. The one where their health pot and MP pot are switched, I generally won't do just because the MP is so crappy that you'll just die immediately. Yeah. And like I don't think I'm very good at this game. Like it's a tough game, and like I don't try that hard because you'll just die and you can get a different guy, and I'm always just kind of curious to see what'll come next. So I kind of just like I just kind of go and have fun, and if I die, I'm like whatever, I'll just do it again next time. But then like if I get like a really sweet dude, like if I've got the right person for the task, then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna take this seriously. Like the Spelunker though is so hard to play as, but you can get so much money.
That's fun.
And like the eidactic memory, or however you say it, like where you can you like just have the map already, like you can see where all the bad guys are. You remember where everything is. That's a pretty cool one. But yeah, Rogue Legacy is definitely worth.
Yeah, I mean $17. It's a year old, but it is so worth it.
Brand new to the PS4.
It is.
There aren't any games on that thing. So.
Yeah, it is over 20 hours of fun.
Yeah, this month on the PS4 is rad now because I look at my PS4 menu and I'm like, okay, now this thing was worth it.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Swapper, you've got Road Not Taken, which is free this month, is really worth it. Really fun, cute little puzzle game. You've got Rogue Legacy. Next week is Hohokum. The week after that is Counter Spy. Like, they're actually games now, and it's an exciting time to own the PS4 and the Vita.
Could not possibly recommend Rogue Legacy anymore.
Yeah, it's fantastic.